Hey, Matt Man's back. This is what's left of my Hewlett-Packard laptop computer. In my first scrapping episode previous to this one, I tore it down to what you see here today, and we're going to start tearing this up. I think we'll start with this cable here. This was the cable for the USB ports, and there are little gold pins. And there are little gold pins right there on the edge. So I'll take that up and pull them out. This is my favorite little tool for doing stuff like this. Just a matter of chopping it down till you can get the pins out. So yeah, there's one. Like those right there. So these are low grade pins. That's okay. This is why I use my superpower. A high tolerance for tedium. All right, that's our start of our gold pins right there. Let's see what we get. Okay, here is a cable that has gold ends on it. That doesn't mean that the whole wire is gold. It just means that a gold connector will need a gold receptor. And then the regular wire can handle it. So what I'm going to do on these, get as much off as I can. And then I'm just going to take and snip the ends of these. And then that'll just go in with low-grade wire. Low-grade wire. Okay, so I think we see a little, couple little MLCCs on there. Those are the ones that have the C next to their designation. They're small, but we'll get them. These MLCCs are for silver. Okay, so then we'll just trim that off. That goes to low-grade wire. Can't hurt. I think that there's gold on that. All right, these ends have little switches on them. You see a little piece of brass looking. It clicks. Click. So there's a little piece of silver under there. And we'll go grab that. Alright, this is the last of the wire, and this is the one that took the battery connection. So there are almost gold-plated gold bars, not pins. So those should have a pretty good content. Let's chop you up. Look at how easy. All right, not too bad. All right, that wraps up the wire. Not bad. All right, time to clean up. Now it's time to do these component pieces. Now this piece here is like the piece on my other computer, like right there. And I hope you notice how I'm making my other computer watch as I destroy his predecessor. Got to keep him in line. I don't know though, with the coming of AI, might turn me in. All right, I think that's just glued on there. Well, certainly nothing there. All right, I don't see the gold yet, but it's in there. I think what you have to do is get the soak this in lye to get the solder mask off. I'm going to have to do a little bit more research on this one. Now all of this, it's all backed up by gold. Just need to know how to treat that. Next up is this fan. I'm just going to tear it up, show you what's in it. It's aluminum. That's just a little electric motor. You could dig that little bit of copper out of there, or you can throw it into a bucket and get a flat rate for little electric motors. It's not much, but it adds up. That's steel. Next up is this CD-ROM. piece of aluminum. Okay, so this is what we get out of the CD-ROM drive. It is a little circuit board. It's got gold on it. It's got some ICs, 2 little electric motors. This is the I. I heard somewhere to save those, so I'm saving them for now. Here's the Y, just some wire with the gold ends. This one has a silver switch in it. Next up is this hard drive. Nice gold pins on this hard drive. Looks like it's going to be a nice circuit board too. Wow. Alright, flat pack, IC, flat pack, 4-sided, all this is good stuff. I see some MLCCs. There's going to be good gold pins on this. Nice circuit board. Next up is this RAM stick. We'll go ahead and get those gold fingers off of there, get those flat packs and any MLCCs. Now what I like to do for these fingers, and you can tell me if I'm wrong or not, but I just go ahead and take heavy duty pliers, put it on there just over there, and then just break it. Got the gold off of there. Probably left a little bit on the pliers, but got to be down and dirty with this stuff. Put that there. So then comes these flat packs. So we'll just put that with the medium grade boards, and we may further process that. Okay, this one's going to have gold pins in here. That's a flat pack. Gold pins in there. That's a IC. This is that board out of that hard drive. One thing I managed to get out of there. Put some nice flat packs, four-sided flat packs, a nice IC here. It's going to be gold pins in there. So I'll show you how, like these four-sided flat packs, I'll do this one because it's big. Just score down one end, score down, and I'll put the side next to it, and on the other side, I just do it twice, and look how easy. So you just break out that other one and throw it in with your ICs. The same thing with this big one here. Just score down one side. Came right loose. Look at that. There it is. So I've been playing around with this motherboard, totally ignoring doing the video. So I'll show you what I did here. That's where the that is where the RAM sticks would go. I took out the things, the ports, and I took out the ports and broke them down and pulled all those pins out of them. It was a lot of work for not a lot of return. There's what my pins are looking like so far, so that's a good thing. So what else? I've been pulling off the MLCCs, and I've been doing the pins. There's more pins there that I cut off. I try to actually just take off the ends that had the gold on it. Couldn't do it for all of them. There was more there. So that's where the CPU was. Here's the CPU right here. You notice all the gold pins. Well, in every one of those holes, there has to be gold to receive that pin. I don't know if we can see where I broke it off there, any glint of gold, but yeah, let's try to. So I'm just gonna see, it just breaks off. Let's try to get a glint of gold. The thing we're gonna pull off of this one that there are a lot of are these tantalum capacitors. Let me see if I can find one here. Okay, that right there is a tantalum capacitor. That right there is a tantalum capacitor. You can tell there's a shaded end right there, shaded end right there. It tells you what the positive pole is. There's another one there. So they have tantalum in it, which is rare. 3 of them inside of there. So I'm just going to keep on pulling. I can't really show detail while I'm doing it, but I'm going to keep plugging away, and I'll be back with what I find. So let's figure out what we got out of all this. But before I do, I want to encourage you all to subscribe to the channel. If you stuck with me this far, you're getting some kind of value out of it. Also, this will be under my scrapping playlist. I have other playlists for coins and for prepping and other projects that I have, so check those out. So we'll start with over here. I got this little bit of copper. It's about, I don't know, 20 cents worth. I'm just thinking I'm going to throw it in with this copper I've been collecting. And then we got this aluminum here. You know, not much, probably between a nickel and a dime. We got this low-grade wire. I just got a big bucket of this in my storage, so I'll just throw that in with that. Here we have those little electric motors. I got a little bucket of them, so we're just going to throw those in with that. That's that I out of the CD-ROM. I got a big bucket here full of like stuff, also some motors in there. Just check that in there. Now it's down to the more precious metals. Right here I have the tantalum capacitors I collected, and these are the ones I've collected before now, so I'll just add those to those. These are the few little resistors I got. I didn't get many of those. We'll add those. Here are the MLCCs. It's amazing how heavy these are for such little bit there is. That's what I collected, so I added pretty good to that. This is that little bit of silver switches. These are some silver contact switches I've been collecting. They'll need to be incinerated. And these are silver contacts from heavier switches. So I'll just probably add that to that. Here are some crystal oscillators. I didn't find any of those, but I collect them all the same. And then this bag here has all the silver pads and strips that I got, and I'll add those to those and put that, and that's my silver stash. So now it's time to do what we originally set out to do, and that's find out how much gold is in that laptop. I'm going to start with the CPU right here. I think there's less than 1/10 of a gram in it, but when I combine it with this BGA chip that I can't get off of that board yet, we're going to call it 1/10 of a gram. So we'll put that right there. CPU plus BGA equals 1/10 of a gram. And then we have this little bit of fingers and kind of other things that I'll treat like fingers. And put my scale on here, tear it out at 0, put that in there, and we got 1.08 grams. I already did it, so we'll call that fingers. 1.08 grams. And I'm not going to go ahead and weigh them all, just show you what I did. Those are my pins. And the pins are 8.05 grams. And the flat packs and ICs are 4.08 grams. And the other stuff, which is where the CPU plugged into and real small wire plug-ins that have a little bit of gold, the stuff needs to be incinerated. So that's 3 grams. So I got 16.21 grams altogether. Now, the convention is on all this stuff is you're going for a gram every kilo. So what I do is I multiply that by 0.001 and get 0.01621 grams, and add that to the 0.1 grams on that CPU and BGA. So total of 11.621 grams. We multiply that. Right now gold is $60 a gram. So that's $6.97. Wah, 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 wah. We'll call it $7. That's kind of what I expected. I'm more used to doing the old desktops, and boy, there's a lot more gold in those. So I'll be adding those to what I have here, and I'm going to do a video coming up or what I plan to do with all this stuff once I accumulate enough of it to work with. So join me then, won't you? Until then, Matt Man's out.